In this video, I'm going to tell you the true, real purpose behind setting goals. And after you've watched this video, your approach of goal setting will never be the same. You know, it's that time of the year where we first freak out about how fast this year went. But once we digested the fact that our calendar tells the truth, and yes, it really is December, we take some time to reflect and look back of what happened in the past year, what we did and what we achieved. Or we ignore it completely and just tell ourselves that the next year will be completely different. Pretty much depends on your year. However, in both cases, we tend to feel inspired at this time for the next year to set new goals, give ourselves a new shot at our dreams, and telling ourselves that this time we're going to make it work. So we learn that we should think about goals as outcomes and as tangible results. And you might be familiar to set SMART goals. That means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bounded. So we come up with targets, numbers, and income goals because it really makes it easy to measure to see if we either achieved our goals or not, if we succeeded or if we failed. But the problem with this is, though, life doesn't work that way. Life is not an outcome or a result you can achieve. You are never done with life. And the same applies to your business. You want to do what you love and not being done with it. So what is the true reason on why we should set goals in the first place? So I want you to listen closely now, because when I first read this statement, it changed my outlook on setting goals completely. So before you set any goal, you have to know this. The only real purpose of a goal is to inspire you to fall more deeply in love with your life. Being in love is an experience. You don't want to be done with loving someone or loving something. That means goals are there to enhance your experience in life, and love is one of the best and strongest feeling emotions. Here's also an important fact about human beings to know. We always do something because we want to feel a certain way, and feelings are experienced in the moment. All of our actions are coming from a desire of how we want to feel. For example, when your goal is to hit 5K months, it's not because you just want that money to sit in your bank account, even though you probably think it is, but it's because of how it would make you feel. It gives you the feeling of freedom, the feeling of having opportunities to choose from, allowing yourself and your family to not worry, but feeling good and at ease about money. And more importantly, being able to quit your job so you can go full time within your business. And if you understand this, you also realize that it's not solely about the fact of making 5Ks, but how you make it. You don't want to stuck in a job you hate, making 5 or 10 grand each month. You care about the process, what you do along the way, and how you are experiencing life and business every single day. But we are taught to set goals on what we want, hitting 5Ks, for example, so we can have the life experience we want, doing what we love. But what happens when we flip it around? What happens when we don't focus on the outcome, but on the experience, on how we want to experience each and every single day, and make that our goal? Make your goal to fall in love with life even more. Make your goal to fall in love with your business even more. How does this approach feel to you? Doesn't it feel way more inspiring? So focus on your life experience, not the outcome. You're never done with your life or your business. It's a process, and you want to have the most fun in the process. That makes you truly successful. And also know, whatever you want to achieve, you can do better when you're happy. So before you set an intention for the next year, I am going to leave you with one question you need to ask yourself before you set any of your goals. What would be fun and exciting to make my life about over the next year? Remember, the only real purpose of a goal is to inspire you to fall more deeply in love with life. So let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree with this approach or not? And tag someone who needs to hear this. Go make next year fun and exciting, and focus on the life experience, on how you want to fall even more deeply in love with your life. So whatever you are called to do in the next year, I believe in you.